huge win last, couple weeks ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Suplex Report. Get ready for all things WWE, news, match analysis, and more. Hit that bell so you never miss the action. They told us it was just entertainment. They told us every punch, every slam, and every shocking moment was part of the show, designed to excite, surprise, and tell a story. But some moments in wrestling history feel different. The night Triple H delivered that powerbomb to Ronda Rousey wasn't just another scripted stunt to many watching. It was a collision of egos, expectations, and energy that seemed to transcend the typical boundaries of the ring. On television, it looked like another electrifying WWE segment meant to sell tickets and build hype. But behind that moment was a story of tension, creative struggle, and a woman trying to find her place in an industry that has never been easy on outsiders. The arrival of a global icon. When Ronda Rousey first walked through WWE's doors, she wasn't just another athlete trying to make a name for herself. She was already a global superstar, an Olympic medalist, a former UFC champion, and one of the most talked-about fighters of her generation. Her arrival brought excitement but also unease. WWE had never seen someone quite like her, someone who didn't come up through their system, didn't climb the developmental ladder, and didn't need the machine to make her famous. Ronda carried an aura of legitimacy, of real combat sports power, that instantly changed the locker room dynamic. Fans saw her as a revolutionary figure, a woman who could take the women's division to the next level. But in the world of professional wrestling, fame comes with politics, and politics can be as dangerous as any physical move in the ring. Clash of visions. Behind the scenes, creative discussions about Ronda's direction reportedly became more complex than expected. WWE is built on storytelling, long-term planning, and protecting its stars through carefully crafted narratives. But Ronda, coming from a background where real results define success, wanted more realism and more control over how her story was told. It wasn't about ego, it was about authenticity. She wanted her character to reflect her truth, strength, independence, and emotional honesty. That approach didn't always align with WWE's structured creative system, which depends on balancing dozens of characters and storylines at once. Those differences in vision led to tension, not open hostility, but a growing disconnect between Ronda's expectations and WWE's priorities. Triple H, serving as a leader and creative architect, was tasked with guiding her transition from fighter to performer, a challenge that carried both potential and pressure. The powerbomb. That sparked debate. Then came the moment that would be replayed for years. Triple H and Ronda Rousey faced off in a mixed tag match segment that was supposed to symbolize WWE's new era of equality, men and women competing side by side on the grandest stage. When Triple H lifted Ronda and delivered that thunderous powerbomb, the crowd erupted. It was shocking, cinematic, and unforgettable. But as the cheers faded and the cameras stopped rolling, whispers spread among fans and insiders alike. Was it too intense? Was something off? Ronda appeared shaken after the move, and her expression told a story that didn't feel entirely scripted. WWE framed the moment as a bold creative choice, a visual statement of strength and balance between genders in modern wrestling. But for some viewers, it symbolized something deeper: the risks, the pressures, and the emotional weight that performers carry when fiction and reality begin to blur. Behind the curtain. In the weeks that followed, stories circulated online about how the segment came together. Depending on who you asked, it was either a moment of professional collaboration or a case study in miscommunication. What's clear is that professional wrestling is a physically demanding art form where even the smallest deviation can change everything. Ronda, like many performers before her, experienced the toll that comes with that world, the grueling schedule, the expectations to perform through pain, and the mental strain of being under constant scrutiny. WWE publicly celebrated the match as a milestone moment, highlighting Ronda's toughness and her ability to adapt to an entirely new discipline. Yet behind the curtain, there were signs of fatigue and frustration. She was adjusting to a new kind of performance, one that demanded not only athleticism but trust in her opponents, her creative direction, and the people guiding her path. The industry's silent struggle. Professional wrestling has always existed in a delicate balance between storytelling and self-preservation. Performers are encouraged to give everything to their craft, their bodies, their emotions, their time. But that dedication often comes at a cost. Many wrestlers, male and female alike, have shared stories of exhaustion, creative frustration, and the difficulty of maintaining personal boundaries in such an intense environment. Ronda's journey became emblematic of that struggle. She wasn't broken, but she was changed. Her demeanor in interviews shifted. Her once fiery energy seemed tempered by a new awareness of what it truly meant to exist inside WWE's high-pressure ecosystem. The same system that celebrates its performers can also test them beyond measure. The difference lies in who has the power to shape their own story. For veterans like Triple H, the system is second nature. For someone like Ronda, it was a maze she was still learning to navigate. Beyond the ring. As time passed, the infamous moment became a highlight reel fixture, a powerful image representing WWE's evolving identity. Yet for Ronda, it marked a turning point. She continued to compete, but something had shifted. Her performances were still strong, her passion still visible, but the spark that once defined her early appearances seemed dimmed by experience. That's not a failure, it's human. Wrestling, like any art form, leaves emotional marks as real as the physical ones. What remains undeniable is that Ronda Rousey's time in WWE changed the landscape forever. She brought credibility, intensity, and global attention to women's wrestling in a way few before her ever had. The powerbomb that once symbolized chaos now serves as a reminder, not of control or controversy, but of the sacrifices made by those who step into the ring and give a piece of themselves for the sake of performance. In the end, maybe that's what wrestling has always been, a beautiful illusion built on real passion, real struggle, and real humanity.